Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto. Hope you're having a great day. We have a lot to unpack. Biggest event that's going on this week is the FOMC meeting is going to happen, right? It starts tomorrow, probably about 1 o'clock as usual, and ends on Wednesday. Then you have the conference that happens, not the conference, but then you have a press conference that happens after that where Jay Powell will announce, this is what I'm expecting to raise the rates by. I'm fully expecting 75 basis points. Not really 100. 100, I think, would send the markets the market's down enough right now, both the cryptoverse and the stock market. I can't imagine that they would want to destroy the markets because that would be dumb. So I'm thinking 75 basis points, which is what most people are expecting. And then what we've got to pay attention to is what he says in that following press conference, and then what the minutes provide to us, right? Because remember, there's a lot of detail, a lot of metrics that came out preceding this conference that painted not such a good picture about inflation and its heat, right? But there are also lagging metrics that are starting to paint a picture of you might be on the right track. Remember, at in the threes in terms of interest rates, that's not where they want to be. They want to be at 4 or 5. Cool, got it. So why wouldn't you expect 75? They're not going to shock the system by, doing 100. I just don't see it. That would destroy markets. And the world is already having issues. So I just don't see that coming. Now, the markets in general have tanked. And we'll get into that when we look at the numbers, but the markets in general have tanked in terms of the crypto sphere. The SEC has a few things going on. And we'll start with how they've thrown water all over the hot crypto lending space. So you have companies firms like BlackRock, JPMorgan, Goldman Sachs, US Bancorp, to name a few, that had all planned on tokenizing assets and getting into the lending space over there in the crypto space, right? Well, if that's what you're going to do, says the SEC, you have to treat those assets as if they were your own, carry them on your balance sheets, as well as have the cash on hand to back them. Say what now? That's what all of those firms are saying at the moment is, are you serious? That's nuts. So they're kind of like, yeah, that's not cool. And they're trying to figure out what the full load of ramifications are. I would think that there's going to be a lot of wrangling going on to try to figure this one out. Maybe even try to see if they can get a little bit of leniency out of the SEC. Don't see that happening. More SEC news, specifically to the Ripple, the case against Ripple, right? So both sides have asked for a swift judgment, which is very interesting. But what they've also done is they've received, or the court has received, an amicus curiae from the Chamber of Digital Commerce. Very slick move. What they did was, we want to call attention to the lack of clarity and the lack of consistency from regulators, specifically the SEC, in the digital space. No, they did not take sides. What they said was, listen, we don't know if Ethereum's a security or not. Hands off that. But what we do know is there's a lack of clarity and there's a lack of consistency in the regulatory framework around our space. Boom. Damn right. That's exactly it. Slick move. Very smartly done. Chef's kiss. That's just awesome. Because that's on record now. That's on record now. And there are a lot of things that are just making the SEC look bad, and this is just another one of them. Now, on to something else that I've been paying attention to. I said yesterday that I'm looking for things that are going to be heating up in the regulatory space. That was an example, and now here's FTX. FTX achieved a license from the, bear with me, in Europe from the markets and financial instruments, and that means that they are an exchange, the only crypto exchange, to be able to offer full exchange products and services. That means not just crypto. They'll be able to do this in the European Union, Norway, Liechtenstein, and Iceland, and they had already received the same kind of license in Cyprus. Well, as you may think, that's a huge swath of the world. Now, they hit a stumbling block in the UK, and the Financial Conduct Authority, or FCA, has said that FTX is operating without authorization within the country. Given that Sam Bankman-Fried wants to become one of the most regulated exchanges in the world, that means that they want to offer a lot of products and services. They want to create a lot of revenue streams. I suspect that they will clean this up in the UK fairly shortly. So if you're in the UK, you're using FTX, they're saying, hey, you might not want to use this company. I'm looking at the global breadth and depth of this organization, of what they're doing and how they're doing it, and I'm saying, I might want to pause listening to that advice for now. Because if you're already working with FTX and you like FTX, you'll just VPN and find another way, right? But I fully expect FTX to come to terms with everything, get it all done, clean it all up, and they'll be fine. That's what I'm expecting. And I expect that in fairly short order. Looking at all this, I'm saying, yeah, I can see how the market can take a dive, right? Given all the factors that are out there right now, a lot of turmoil across the globe right now. President Biden screwed up again with his rhetoric about Taiwan. Whew, not smart. Can you get it right the first time? Something that comes out of your mouth, get it right the first time. I like the guy, good president, but wow, just the constant flubs. Every single time he says something, the White House then has to put out a statement that says, hey, he really meant this. Clean that up. The market has taken a dive, a really big dive. So let's go take a look at the numbers today. None of it is pretty, okay? You can see over here, there are no real winners. Helium up 6%. That is shocking to me. Chili's up 7%. Still haven't figured out why they're up. But that's about it. Over here, you can see everybody is taking a major hit. Most companies are taking major hits. So that's something forward. Now, I hope my video doesn't stop. Fear and greed index is in extreme fear. I believe at 21. I'm expecting that to take another dive. You can see how Bitcoin is far below my, if you look at the hashes, right, the hash marks right there and here, that's my inner band. It's operating below my inner band, and that's not good. When you look at the numbers, you're kind of like, everything is red. Why? Well, the Ethereum merge really, didn't bring a lot of stuff. So it took a hit on that. Then the market's doing poorly. Everything's taking a hit. It is up a little bit. If you're looking at Ethereum, it is up a little bit because it was at as low as 1280 something. So that's actually good news. I'm still expecting, I'm not buying anything right now. I had gotten out of some of my Ethereum holdings. Remember what I said? I have some for holding and I have some for playing. 2 separate wallets or 2 separate sets of wallets. And that's what I did. So out of my playing wallet, I had dumped all my Ethereum. And I was lucky enough to get out before this. So I was good. I held on to other stuff. Arguably, I could have gotten out of certain things, but I decided to hold on. Bitcoin is down. And right now, I don't know if we've hit a bottom. I am paying big attention to my 17.6 mark for Bitcoin. That 17.6 mark, which we came close to, right? Being in the 18s. we still have some dip, and I'm expecting that FOMC meeting is going to affect the stock market, and of course it's going to affect the crypto space. So I don't know if we're going to take another dive before we can see anything go up, and this could be the beginning of that dive. If you look across the board, you're looking at almost nothing being green. Just look over the past 24 hours and the 7-day mark, and you can see we're not doing all that well anywhere. So right now I'm kind of like, yeah, I'll wait. The reason why I sold that Ethereum was so that I could have money sitting there ready to rock and roll. That's what I did. So I'm just waiting for dust to settle before I dive back in. Because I would like it. I would have loved it for it to go up, right? But I also see the advantages of it taking a dive. Do I think there's a lot of market manipulation going on? Yeah, obviously. But that said, it can only last but for so long. And then the economics of everything gets pulled in and everything else. So that's what I'm looking for, is to be able to take advantage of those economic hits. Because eventually things are going to go up. Now, we're in one of those technical recessions right now. I'm expecting a full-blown recession, a recognized recession by by us, regular people, in 2023. How long that recession lasts, give or take 18 months plus, right? So you're looking at 2024 as something that you can kind of look forward to, maybe? We'll see. And if you think about it, if you think that we're already in the recession, that means we started a little while ago, and then we'll go another 18 to 24 months. So we'll see what happens. Don't know yet. Just don't know. And that's what I'm interested in, is trying to figure out how long we'll be here, and then when we'll try to get out. And you'll see peaks and valleys, and I'll try to take advantage of peaks and valleys and all that good stuff. But that's what I'm paying attention to. I'm playing a longer game than that quick pop that we got, late last year. So I'm playing the longer game to see what I can get, and I'm also playing the peaks and valleys with my wallets that I trade with. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. I hope you like what I'm doing, the journey that me and my kids are on. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and absolutely hit the notification bell so you know every single time I drop a new video.